Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Salty Nerd Podcast, where we cover HBO Max's Warrior. We're on Season 2, Episodes 3 and 4. I'm joined, as always, by my fantastic panel of nerds. Matt Vader's here. What's up?
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. All right.
We got to do it. You said it. I got to do it.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like, hi, I'm here.
Drink more so you have stuff to say about these episodes.
Shut up, Matt. Tired of your garbage pile growing on the desk over there.
No context jokes.
No context jokes. Yeah.
Judith's also here. Welcome,
Hello.
Judith. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. You excited for 3 and 4?
I am.
Chow's the man, isn't he?
I do like Chow a lot. I'm excited to talk about a new character in episode 3.
Me too.
All right, let's get into it. Matthew Cadish is also here. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, so episode 3 probably has like one of the most holy shit endings of any of these episodes that we've watched in season 2 so far. So I'm really excited to get to talk about that.
Is this the one with Bill and his family?
This is the fun guy episode.
Oh, man. I was on the edge of my seat.
Right?
Yeah, that was a hard one to watch.
I was not expecting
And Big Dick Lee saves the day.
Little Dick Lee, he gets beat up
he's
twice.
As long as he's a crackhead, he's not Big Dick Lee.
yeah,
okay.
You ready?
Yes, Jude, take it away with the synopsis for episode 3.
Season 2, episode 3, Not How We Do Business. Sophie and Leary bang. There's a new onion in town. His name is Hung, and he's here to kick ass and suck dong. Young Jun is shitting his pants that his dad might find out what he and Assam have been up to. I knew you'd like that.
Oh my god, it's true.
Zing,
Kick ass and suck dick. All right.
And I'm all out of dick.
Zing tries to buy Chow, so Chow asks for Mai Ling's intervention. Mai Ling declines, but has her own confrontation with Zing, where they compare dick size and drink gravy. Then, after Bill quits his side hustle with the Fung Hai, Zing sends some Tong members to Bill's house with his severance package, but Big Dick Lee intervenes and the family fights off the assassins. Discuss.
We're just gonna do the little Dick Lee, Big Dick Lee thing.
It's going to be a fight until
Everything-
he's off the opiates.
She's never
I
gonna do
wrote these yesterday.
it. This just gets the Hong. Can we just talk about Hong?
Hong, the new guy.
I love him.
So I like to call him Hong Solo.
Okay,
Hong Solo?
Hong
fair enough.
Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about him first.
Yeah,
Why not?
so basically, okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on in this episode that we need to kind of like address.
Father June has some new recruits.
Yeah, so Father June, who's been in touch with China, basically reached out to the motherland and said like, hey, we need more muscle here, guys
Just
that
had
we
a
can
bunch
trust.
of guys die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gearing up for a war, so we need guys we can trust. And so China sends over a bunch of loyal soldiers, and among them is this one really annoying dude
Very annoying.
named Hong Solo.
It's funny when
He is really annoying.
when he first shows up, and I was like, oh Jesus, this guy. I hope he dies or something.
No
like,
way.
oh my god.
I was
I was with who was the first? I think was it Assam was annoyed with him first.
Yeah.
He was like, ugh, this freaking guy. He's too happy. It's weird. He's like got a big old smile on his face. I'm just happy to be here, guys.
No, yeah.
He's like the guy from Galaxy Quest, and he's like, we'll just watch the show. Like that's he feels like he. To me, he looks like a guy
He's
who's
gay?
guy who's watched the show, and he's
Right.
like,
Some
this,
young guy.
it's so cool that I'm in this
Right,
show.
right. I immediately got the vibe that I was like, okay, this guy's gonna be like a major character, and he's probably gonna kick a lot of ass. And a really fun, weird, like I was getting like a kind of a weird Jackie Chan,
Like a drunken monkey,
drunken
yeah.
monkey
Yeah.
kind of vibe
okay.
off the guy.
Okay.
And then they just made it fucking better with his weirdness.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just it's so good.
My first impression of him before he did anything cool, I was watching the show and I was like, oh, he's gonna be like the lovable doofus.
Yeah.
Who like gets in trouble and they have to continually rescue him, but he's so lovable that you don't want anything bad to happen. I thought that's the direction they were gonna go.
Turns out
Nope.
he's
This-
a badass.
this dude's
He
right-
takes on like 6 Fung
Oh,
Hai
yeah.
members.
with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
He's just like, let's do this, bro. I love that.
That was after he got found out, right?
Yeah.
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 Because he was like
Yeah,
he was
Assam's like, I
ready-
don't give a shit where you stick your dick into.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
was
like,
he was
whatever.
trying to like he
He's
immediately
like, where can I get some sticky?
he
Yeah.
gets off the
The wagon.
wagon.
There you go.
And he sees Assam and Young Jun over there. Immediately tries to ingratiate himself.
He's like, oh,
With
can I
these
have a
guys.
light and a cigarette?
And
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Can I have
it's
something? Can I have something to light with this?
and awesome. His reaction to this guy is just like,
He's like the annoying little brother.
yeah,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
kind of like exactly what he's like. But
But then after he proves himself, they're like, This guy's all right.
Dude, Young Jun's reaction after that fight in the hall, in the like little corridor, like alleyway, he's like,
We can work with crazy.
Because he just goes in there and he just
he gets his like he gets his prayer beads and starts whipping people in the face.
fucks them up. It was just like, whoa. It's like, I want to see him in Awesome fight.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
see,
There's-
Well, but what's interesting is like he's basically the new Bolo, right? Like he's
Okay.
the new,
Trying
like,
to-
third
yeah.
member. Hopefully Assam won't kill him this time.
Right.
So he shows up and instantly he like the tone is different when he's around.
Yeah.
And he basically says like, look, I've been stuck on a boat for months with a bunch of like smelly onions. I need to get my dick sucked. Otherwise, I'm going to kill myself.
And they're like, we understand. Come on.
As soon as Young Jun hears that, he's just like, yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I get it.
And then we go to Ah Toi's house.
Well, do you want to finish up the story real quick so
listen,
we don't have to
we're-
backtrack?
We're just talking about him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah,
and,
go ahead.
and we immediately discover, because Awesome walks by the room with the door conveniently open, of Hong,
Hung.
Hong Solo.
and he's in there making out with a little twink dude, right? It's
Okay,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay, so here's our gay guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't even care. It was just one of those things. It's like, oh,
Now
okay.
I know.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what
And that Awesome was
Awesome
like,
did. It's like,
yeah, and Awesome's like, you're a Chinaman in America. You got bigger problems than
Yeah.
than being gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like, you're not going to tell anybody, are you? It's like,
I don't care.
I
Nobody
don't give a
cares.
shit.
Shut the door if you care that much.
And then when he, I
Now,
guess-
now, Young Jun doesn't know about this. I don't think he knows.
No.
I'm pretty sure Awesome had to have told him.
I don't know if he does, but I don't think Young Jun would care either. But then the next morning or
We're going to
whatever,
talk about the breakfast scene?
yeah,
Yeah. Let's go for it.
And then
Well, that's the next episode though.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
That's episode 4.
Oh, my bad. Okay, well, I did.
What
I
if we
fooled you.
forget?
I hate it when we have
won't.
to talk about 2 episodes. We have to like break them apart. Like
Yeah.
we can't talk about that yet.
Maybe we should
So,
merge
so
the
anyway,
two.
the guy gets off the boat.
Yeah.
He comes in. He ingratiates himself to Awesome and Young Jun, and he likes dudes.
Well,
and he's a badass fighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, in the after episode, kind of like behind the scenes stuff, the actor who plays Hong basically said like, the way I'm playing this character is that I just came from this super repressed society. And now I'm in America and I can like,
Be free.
not, be free to be gay essentially. And he's like, and that's why his character is so happy all the time.
I need to start watching these. I know I saw a bunch of them. They're like behind the scenes for episode 4. I'm like, I need to watch that. I didn't have enough time this week, but I will next week.
Yeah. And, let's get to some of the other storylines that are going on.
My Ling and Zing.
My Ling and Zing. Yeah. So there's a great scene where basically Li Yong went to Mai Ling and tattletaled on Genghis Khan and his slaughtering of the Sui Sing Tong.
Sui Sing
At the Roadhouse.
Yeah, at the Roadhouse. And so Mai Ling goes to visit the fun guys in their headquarters. And
these guys kind of live in squalor, don't they? They're just kind of like laying around.
Well,
It's like a
Rentals.
frat house.
yeah, they're like
it's-
savages.
It's probably like smells weird. It looks like it smells weird.
Did you see their gravy?
Oh, what did you say
No,
that
it
was?
was mare's milk.
Mare's milk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing that
That
like,
shit looked like breakfast gravy.
is that the same thing they were talking about in Firefly and Janestown? They're
Yeah.
like, it's mother's milk. Is that the same? It's like
No, that's Mutter's milk.
It's the
It's
same-
not the same thing.
Same concept.
No,
but it's like bread with alcohol
No,
though.
mare's milk is like something. It's milk from a goat, I think. But it's
it fermented?
it's fermented, yeah.
Oh, Jude, don't buy that. Don't.
I'm not gonna.
I don't need new cocktail for us this week, guys.
Yeah, but they put some weird chunky stuff in
yeah,
there.
it looks like oatmeal or something.
and basically Mai Ling comes in swinging her dick around,
Yeah.
and she's
Metaphorically speaking.
yeah,
I'll look it up.
and she's like, your opium payoffs are light, like I've come for my money.
Oh, and the dude had the balls to be like, "Oh, I just discounted you our fee for our kicking ass that
Oh
day."
yeah, he's trying to throw his dick on the table
Oh,
too.
God, he's so
Yeah,
annoying.
yeah, he's seeing what he can get away with.
Yeah.
And when Mai Ling basically puts him in his place as she's leaving, he's like, "Hey, let's drink on it." And he picks like the grossest fucking thing that
Yeah.
he can find to like drink, and he offers it to her, and he's like, "It's not for everyone," and she has to like down the whole thing in front of everybody.
Well, she didn't have to. She chose to.
She chose to because she did not want this guy to show her up.
She knows it's gross, and nobody
Yeah.
thinks she can drink
Well,
it.
this girl's not going to drink our stuff. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
What did you find it?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
The recipe for this stuff?
It's called Arag or mare's milk.
Okay.
MARES, not mare's milk.
Okay, not Mayor Humdinger milk.
The milk is filtered through a cloth and poured into a large open leather sack. Go ahead and talk.
Okay,
I'll get this in sync.
We'll come back to the mayor's milk.
We'll post the recipe right here.
But as she's leaving, Li Yong isn't too happy with the way things are going because like the Fung Hai keep throwing their dicks around, and so he like karate chops one guy in the throat, and Zing is kind of amused by this, and he's like, like, be grateful for your pain. It means you're still alive.
Yeah, that's a famous quote that's going to come back to haunt him.
Yeah, so like there's a little callback to that a little bit later on, but basically like Zing is kind of taunting Li Yong in that moment, and the weird thing is that it's a really incestuous relationship because Mai Ling needs the muscle of the fun guys if she's gonna like keep peace with the
But there's
Hop
no
Wei.
way she can keep him under control.
Yeah, and Genghis Khan has proven that he's like a very big like ladder.
He's got the
ladder climber.
numbers.
So he's got his eyes on her position. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
He
Yeah.
killed his own boss with like no qualms to like take over the
He's
fun guys.
definitely looking to take over. He's looking for any weakness whatsoever.
And he's a smart motherfucker.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Go ahead, V.
I was just saying I don't see a good end for him. That's all
I think
I'm saying.
Li Yong is going to take him down. I think he's going to have
I think-
enough
I
of his
think he has
bullcrap.
to.
He's going to not have his freaking cronies around him, and it should be a one-on-one battle.
Yeah, the
I
thing about
think Mai Ling's going to convince him that they need to merge and they're going to get married.
I think Mai Ling is getting.
Mai Ling and Zing. And then she's going to murder him.
No way. Oh, really? You think he's going to kill
so,
him?
That's
so
what
we,
I think.
So we could call them My Zing. Hashtag My Zing.
Will you quit
Why,
shipping everybody? It's
dude?
crazy. I
So-
think Mai Ling is getting dumber by the episode.
I disagree. I think
Every
she just
episode,
has,
she gets dumber and dumber.
I think she just has different plans than everybody else.
I
Everybody
think
else,
she's making some really poor decisions.
everybody else seems to be like, they want to maintain the status quo
Yeah.
for San Francisco. They want to sell their opium. They want to make their money. They want to have their gangs. They want to do their thing. Mai Ling is thinking of an exit plan. She's like, I need to get out of this situation eventually, so I might as well start making steps now.
Oh, okay.
And I think she's just on a different path than everybody else, and not everybody
I
else.
think
is
she's
catching
just
up.
kind of being stupid.
Maybe
She's trying to. She's overcompensating for
for being a
being
woman
a woman.
in a man's world.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like be sexist or anything about that. I just think that's what.
Sometimes you don't have to try, V.
But I really think that's what her thing is. We're talking like
1876 or 78.
1870s San Francisco.
Yeah.
Women are not
Treated normally.
treated
yeah.
like leaders.
I can understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, you bear children and you make my dinner. That's what you're here for.
Well, speaking of Zing, so basically he is also kind of leaning on Chow, where he put in an order for like some weapons and they all got confiscated by the police, and so Chow is like, I don't, my business is shut down,
And he's like, you didn't pay me anything.
Yeah.
And your last leader also didn't pay me.
Right.
So this little back and forth between Chow and Zing, like they're talking to each other, and you're trying to tell me that Zing put an order in with nothing down, no money. So Chow would have had to come out of pocket to buy all this stuff, and then hope that the guy pays him what he wants. Like,
well, the order was cash on delivery, right? And then basically Chow, he's kind of like he deals with anyone, and Zing is basically kind of like using this opportunity to make Chow an employee of his, and
Yeah.
he even says like, once you work for me, eventually you only work for me. And Chow sees this as like,
well, that's a
threat.
big, that's a
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
threat. Yeah,
It was a threat.
yeah, it's not
Chow's
even a
like,
veil.
I don't want to do business with you at all.
Well, he tells, what is it, Ah Toi? He's like, I don't like his threats. I don't like his
Mai Ling.
business.
He goes
It was
immediately to Mai Ling.
Yeah, get this freaking guy off
Yeah.
my lawn. Yeah, oh, well deserved. I don't like the guy either. He's a sleazeball. Not a fan.
and
Stupid face tattoos.
he's a pretty badass fighter, though.
I mean, yeah, he's
credit.
got some moves,
and he's
but
ruthless.
I still think that on a one-on-one fight, Li Yong takes him down, 100%. Like the dude's ruthless, but he always has a crew. He always leans on like, I have 7 dudes with me, and you only have 3. What are you gonna do about it? Like he's a good fighter, but I think if you put him in a ring like we had in season 1 with like Awesome and Li
I
Yong,
think he would fight dirty, and Li Yong wouldn't, because Li Yong has honor.
yeah, but Li Yong's a
Yeah.
badass. I don't know. I'm on team Li Yong, I guess. Screw Zed or Zhang or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but this
That's
week,
not the only bad thing Zing does in this episode.
Well, see, and that's the thing about this show is like, whose team are we supposed to be on?
I don't know.
It's like I think they're all kind of shitty, but I think they're all kind of cool.
I'm on Bill O'Hare's team.
Yeah,
but this also leads Chow to go to Mai Ling and be like, hey, like your fun guy,
Yeah.
the funnest guy is leaning on me a bit. Can
Yeah.
you like call him off? And Mai Ling uses that line.
That line, yeah.
It's like, be grateful for your pain. It means you're still alive. And that sets off alarm bells.
Yeah,
with
Lee Young's like,
Young.
red alert, red alert.
and so basically Chow and Lee Young have like dinner together, and they're talking about this fungi problem. And Chow's like, what if there was a way to get rid of this problem without starting a full-on war? And so that leads to something that develops in the next episode. But basically, Lee Young and Chow are now like conspiring with one another to take the Longzi or the fungi
Somebody
down.
needs to.
Yeah. Somebody, I don't know why.
They're gonna.
Go ahead.
They're just framing him up for the swordsman stuff, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're gonna frame him for the murders with the swords.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, we're gonna plant some swords on him. We're gonna call the cops and say, hey, this is the guy who did it. Here's our proof. And they're gonna let the cops deal with it.
Well, they leave it kind of ambiguous in this episode as to what their plan is.
Right.
Yeah.
We also have Penelope, basically, now that she's hired the Hop Wei to protect her factory. The mayor finds out about this, and he's pissed that she's hiring Chinese gangsters to protect him, and
kind of rightfully so.
And so he threatens to pull the city contract from the Mercer Steel factory, and that puts Penelope on the ropes. But at the same time, Sophie is getting mighty friendly with Mr. Leary,
That was a steamy scene.
and basically
She's like, you'd be surprised how far a woman can get with just a wink and a smile.
yeah, she goes into the band machine. She basically sees the map of all of his targets. And she even asks, is like, is Mercer Steel like one of your targets?
I think that's in the next one.
No, it was this
No,
one
it's
because
that scene.
she sees the map, and then like she
The
basically
next one they kind of expound on it a little bit.
yeah, and then basically they start making out, and it's implied that they have sex. I think.
Implied. There's a whole sex scene.
Well, that's the next.
Yeah,
That's the
Are
next,
you
that's the
sure?
next time. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did it in the office right
I
there.
don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The time you get to see it is in the next episode.
Oh,
and I'm
geez,
pretty sure that they bang.
It's
in
all the
this episode.
same.
Oh, so Bill's wife has really taken Lee into their home. Like, she feels bad for him. He was in a coma for
was
forever.
all by himself.
He has
Yeah.
no one. She cooks him dinner every night, and she's like, "Bring your partner home."
Well, but before we get to that, right? So like, little Dick Lee gets a little bit of a bigger dick because he decides to go back to the bar that trick rolled him.
Oh
and fuck
yeah, he gets
people
his
up.
money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes in there and just basically murders one, shoots him in the leg, and
And the tavern wench is like, "All right, you made your point. Here's your money."
I don't remember
just,
that.
just yeah.
How did I miss that?
And-
I don't know. It's really quick.
And
Wow.
and once Lee gets like his swagger back, he then starts doing police work again, where he gets this big slab of beef, takes it to the police station, and starts like testing different swords on it. Because he knows that the sword that
He's like wiggling them.
yeah, he knows
Yeah.
that the sword that murdered all those white people can cut through bone, and so
Uh-huh.
he's trying to see like, okay, what do I have that can cut through
Well,
bone?
he also has all the weapons that are like traditionally used by
Well,
the
he has
different gangs.
all of Chow's weapons because
Yeah.
they confiscated.
Yeah,
them.
so he's got the weapons that the fungi use. He's got the hatchets from the Hop Wei. He's got like all these different weapons. He's like, okay, I got to figure out which one of these.
Narrow
gangs.
it down to one of these gangs.
Yeah, yeah, that's
and,
good.
and he's just in the police bullpen, just hacking away at the slab of
Blood
blood.
She was
going
like,
on
"I'm
the
gonna
floor.
throw up."
Oh my God, the
godforsaken thing with you before it turns. Christ almighty, I'm gonna throw up.
yeah, the chief of police comes out and he's like, "What? This is a butcher shop? Get out of here, Lee!" Yeah, it's a great scene. I
I want
like
to know
it
where
when
he got
Lee-
an entire half a cow. To
He just
go.
went down to the butcher and paid. I don't know how much does a half a cow cost.
That's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
His boy got his money back, so he had some to spare.
Maybe. Oh, maybe that's true. Maybe he took more than what he lost.
Yeah. And as Lee's getting his swagger back, basically Bill is going to collect, and he has a situation where a woman offers to pay him through sex in order to pay off her husband's like
It's that one
debt.
guy's wife.
Yeah, and he's like, what do you take me for? And she's like, I take you for a cop that's in the pocket of the Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, "It
Stung
wasn't a
little bit.
problem for the last guy. Remember that guy you killed?"
Yeah. And so basically like that kind of puts Bill into like a spiral of conscience, and he goes to Zing, and Zing's paying him like a huge stack of money for his service, and Bill's like, I'm not taking this, I quit. And Zing keeps telling him, like, this is not how we do business, Bill. And Bill's like, I don't give a fuck. If you come after me, I'll have the entire San Francisco Police Department come down here and murder all of you. And then like he storms off.
Yeah.
And Zing is like, nobody quits the Fung Hai quite
Yeah.
like that. And so as Bill invites Lee to come over for dinner that night, as Lee's leaving, Bill, like he leaves behind his little notebook where he's taking notes on like the case, and Bill's looking through it. And as that happens, all of a sudden in the background, the fun guys show up, and they have Bill's family like at their mercy.
He has a knife to Bill's
Son's
son's
And there's
throat.
blood, like there's blood on the kid's throat. Like
Yeah.
I was on the edge of my seat during that scene. I
Yeah.
was freaking out, like because I
was not expecting that.
honestly,
at
dude, if they would have killed a couple of members of Bill's family, it's not outside of possibility for this show. Like they're very small parts that could easily have done something like that. I was freaking out for
all.
a
Like
couple
you want to
minutes,
put Bill
dude.
over the edge, just do that.
Oh, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna kill the kids. I was freaking out, dude. That whole
And like
scene.
they made us love his wife so much.
Oh my gosh, she's so adorable. Yeah, no, I was literally like on the edge of my seat watching that whole scene. I was a little disappointed in Little Dick Lee because he got his ass kicked like 3 times.
He saved the day.
Kind of saved the day, but
Well,
he didn't.
well, he comes back and he kills the fun guy that's threatening to kill Bill's oldest son.
yeah,
And then Bill and Lee take on like the remaining fun guys, and it's the fun guys are like a little bit trained,
Yeah.
and so like they're fighting back.
they're pretty formidable.
Yeah. And the entire time, like Bill's son has like a gun,
Oh,
and he's
is
trying to aim it. And
struggling.
he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the gun.
like that whole thing. Like he's aiming it at Bill and the
Yeah.
guy that Bill's fighting,
Yeah.
and you're just like he's gonna shoot his dad.
Yeah, he's gonna accidentally shoot Bill. I was freaking out, dude. Like
Yeah.
the little kid sitting there trying to figure out how to save his dad. His dad almost dies like 4 times in that short scene. Guy's got a knife going to him, but then Bill gets the upper hand. And as this guy's apparently, I think it's a little bit of a dumb move for this guy to like. Okay, well, there's a big dude that I'm trying to take down, and then there's a little kid. I'm gonna go after the little kid. I was like, okay, that's kind of stupid.
Well, his mission wasn't to kill Bill. It was to kill like Bill's family
Yeah.
as retaliation because that's like the fun guy.
Don't turn your
thing.
back on an attacker, though.
But Bill's wife.
I'm not
Lucy-
gonna kill you. I'm gonna make you suffer.
Yeah. Bill's wife Lucy ends up saving his life by shooting the guy who was like about to like stab Bill like through the chest because Lee is basically out of commission.
See what I mean? Lee didn't save the day.
It was an intense fight,
It was very intense.
completely unexpected. I was like,
Oh,
what
well,
is
he's-
happening
like
right now?
This, like right before that happens, Bill's on the deck. You know, he's saying, "Okay, kids, put the dishes away and go to bed. Your mother will be up there in a minute." He's flipping through Lee's notebook that he's got all these drawings and stuff from, and then the camera just like subtly pans over, and you see his kid being held by the knife with this freaking fun guy. I was like, oh, it was intense, dude. It was a great couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that was probably the most impactful ending of any episode we've seen so far because like the entire time there's a lot of tension in that scene, right? Like it's not just an easy fight where like you just know Assam's gonna like kick everyone's ass.
And there's you don't know of anybody that's going to come and save the day. It's like Lee's there, but he's kind of jacked up, and
Bill's family's expendable, so any one of his family could have died.
Oh, Lucy, I love her.
Yeah, and then it ends basically with like them defeating the fun guys, and like luckily everyone survived, but then like that's the end of the episode. You're just like, holy shit.
Warrior music.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. And you're like, give me more. You just like hit the next button. Like, I don't want to know what happens. Yeah, that was a fantastic ending to what is this, episode 3?
Three.
Yeah,
We got one more.
I mean, I don't know, like the normal setup for like streaming TV shows and stuff like that is you get like that.
And the episode's called "Not How We Do Business," and that's the thing that Zing kept saying to Bill is like, Bill, this isn't how we do business. And Bill's like, I don't care. And he cares now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna go after him. I can't wait to see that. I wish Bill would take some fighting lessons though. I need to see him throw down like Leary. Like go hang out with Leary, get some boxing lessons, and then come back.
Well, this episode opened with a great scene where Bill's chasing down one of like the debtors.
Yeah.
And like he finally like tackles the guy, and he ends up taking more money because he's like, that's making me fucking run.
He's all covered in shit too. He slipped on a pile of dog shit.
He even tells the guy he smells.
Yeah. Gosh, good episode. Really, really good episode. Episode 4.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's roll right
Let's
into
do it.
Season 2, Episode 4. If you don't see blood, you didn't come to play. Bill gets his family the fuck out of town, and the massacre attempt is Lucy's last straw. She tells Bill not to send for her. Sophie brings her date to the Banshee, and Leary shows him his dick. When she wakes up from her dickening in the morning, she questions him why he hasn't blown up her sister's factory. Bill spins the attack into, they're coming after the police, and rallies the force into gunning up and bringing the fight to Zing. Chow intervenes and suggests that Zing is the swordsman the Chinatown squad has been looking for. Mai Ling tries to go legit, kind of. She runs into a toy, and those two compare dicks as well. Mai Ling's was bigger. Mayor Humdinger uses the assassination attempt to incite the locals. Penny and Assam still have chemistry. So do Assam and Leary. They really want to fight. Rich white lady invites A Toi to wine country. A Toi holistic heals Big Dick Lee by fighting drugs with better drugs. And Sophie and Penny have a sister fight, and Penny really should have insisted Sophie go to her room.
I don't know where I want to start. Let's keep the train rolling with Bill.
Well, yeah, let's start with
That's
Bill.
what opens
Yeah.
up. It opens
Yeah.
up where the other one ended.
He's
so.
getting out of town. He's getting his family to safety, and his wife is like, "You
We're-
made me a murderer."
Yeah, we're done. I mean,
Yeah, she's basically these are her divorce papers at
Yeah,
this point.
yeah. He's like,
Had enough.
she's like yelling at him and screaming at him, and you made me a murderer, and this is it, and I'm done. He's like, I'll send for you. She's like, don't.
Yeah, but in addition to that, Big Dick Lee discovers that the reason that he was attacked was because of Bill's
Yeah.
association.
yeah, he was real mad about that. Way more mad.
They were
about that.
sending a message
wouldn't you
to
be?
Bill.
I mean, I suppose,
You're
but
the reason I'm addicted to laudanum.
You're the reason I have headaches and can't sleep.
yeah. I suppose you'd be pretty upset.
You're
about
the
that.
reason that guy pissed on me in that alley when I woke up.
God, what a shame. Remember the pissing pole from C?
I do remember that.
I remember that too. Yeah,
It's a great place to whisper in other men's ears.
Right? Do you recognize my voice?
R.I.P. Toad.
Rest in peace, Toad. Yeah, Bill's in a low spot in the opening of the scene. He's he doesn't have anybody in his corner anymore. Like the Fung guys are after him. His best friend's like, "Screw you! You did this to me." And then his wife is leaving him. His family's gone. At least here's the one good thing about that though is like he doesn't have to worry about protecting them anymore. If they're gone, out of sight, out of mind, they're safe somewhere. He can go on the rampage and not have to worry too much about the consequences.
And since Bill got attacked, the entire police force is basically gearing up for a war.
Yeah.
And so
Because
like
they don't know he's been working for Zing this whole time.
well, it wouldn't even matter if they did because like they're just like nobody fucks with like one of our own.
Yeah.
And so like they're getting like all their weapons ready, and then Chow comes and Chow says like I heard about what happened. Listen, if you go in now, the Fung Hai are ready for
They're
you,
waiting for you.
and a lot of you aren't going to be walking out of there. Give me 2 days. And Bill's just like, why should I give you 2 days?
He's like, I can barely get them to stop 2 hours.
Yeah.
What do you mean 2 days?
Yeah.
You've been looking for a swordsman, wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Chow basically says, like, I can get you evidence that Zing is the swordsman you've been looking for. I just need 2 days. And so Bill's like, okay, I'll get you your 2 days. And Bill goes to the mayor and with the police chief. And he's basically like, I'm the head of the Chinatown squad. I'm telling you, we need 2 days. And so the mayor's like, yeah, okay.
Mayor Humdinger.
Yeah.
Mayor has no clue what's going on.
With my cat.
The mayor's so dumb.
He's
Yeah.
he's such a placeholder for just like dumb decisions. Like
Yeah.
just put a little pressure on him and he'll get us to do what he
Yeah.
wants.
And Blake, you know, he keeps trying to like push Penelope around, but this time like Penelope, so she went to go see a lawyer and she's like, if you pull the city contract, you're liable for all these penalties and you'll end up paying me more than what the contract is worth. And so she kind of checkmates her, her own
Nice.
husband.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it's
And
Buckley's deal.
honestly, if he had done that to Penny's dad would have kowtowed.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was dumb.
Yeah.
And Penny's always been the brains behind the business.
Yeah. I still don't like the whole like hard school teacher thing that she's got going on this season. I'm
I
not
think her
digging
hair
it.
looks great. I don't like her eyebrows.
The eyebrows really bother you.
It really do.
Then we talk about what's her sister's name again?
Sophie.
Sophie. We want to talk about Sophie and Leary.
Yeah.
Fucking
So
Sophie.
So
Listen.
in the previous episode, there was a great scene where it might be this episode where they're walking down the street after having, you know, fucked. And we discover that like, you know, Sophie's just like, oh, I'm so over America. And Leary's like, you know, with all the problems that America has, it's still way better than where I come from.
Yeah.
And then he like gives us some more backstory.
Yeah, he's like, you're a spoiled little rich girl who's
Yeah.
never had an actual
Right.
problem.
he-
Shut up.
He's like, I watched my brothers die from starvation. You know, like, have you ever watched anyone die from starvation? So like, because of, you know, the trials and tribulations that this man that she cares about went through, Sophie's starting to get like, you know, white people guilt complex. and
Better check her privilege.
yeah. She realizes she got massive privilege, and so she wants to be like a friend of the quote unquote working man, and that leads her to start looking at ways of like sabotaging her sister's business. oddly enough.
Yeah, this.
She's an asshole for this.
I'm having a hard time with this one. I understand that siblings fight for like dumb reasons. I mean, that's a thing, right? You can make if there's a brother and sister in a TV show, you can make them fight about anything.
And like,
Took
what do
my
you
clothes or
what do you
whatever.
think is going to happen to you if you destroy
Yeah,
your sister's business?
That's the thing. Is like, she's she really not? I think she's thinking that it doesn't really matter what happens to her sister's business because she's safe with Leary, and Leary will take care of her if her sister can't. I think that's her game.
So
But
it's a very
a strange move.
it's a
to
very
make.
strange movie.
Very strange.
But we get a pretty nice sex scene between Leary and
I was
Sophie.
gonna really. I was gonna say something about that.
I thought it was.
I mean, it's
wasn't-
behind the
wasn't-
curtains.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
What's that clip from Truman Show? They're like every time they have
that was
sex.
some
they-
love making.
That's what was interesting to me. I'm like, so Leary's like this hard brick shit house knuckle fighting dude.
He keeps one soft for his woman.
And then he's got like when he's with the woman, he's all like gentle and soft and slow. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it's not
Nothing
like
wrong with that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
I
good,
mean,
it's cool.
he can appreciate Mozart's sonatas. And all that
He's a
stuff.
cultured man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good stuff.
So since we're on the topic of Penelope and Sophie, let's talk a little bit about. So there's a scene where Awesome goes to Penelope, and there's a little spark of a rekindling of what they used to have.
They're
in the
touching each
office.
other's faces.
Yes. Yeah. And
Oh, this is the scene that I
Yes.
misplaced with the last one.
Yes, exactly. And so basically, Awesome is kind of like starting to warm back up to her, and she's starting to warm back up to him, but they're interrupted by
The foreman.
and Penelope introduces Awesome as a member of the Chinese Business Society.
Like he's not wearing a Hop Wei suit.
Yeah.
Exactly. So as Awesome's leaving, Leary is out front with his Irishman, kind of like just kind of casing the joint.
Oh, this
And-
is a great.
Yeah, and he
Great scene.
sees Awesome come out, and he recognizes Awesome not just from like the court, but also from like their
The
little
fight
fight
scene.
at Mercer Steel.
He's like, we never got to finish.
Oh,
what we
they want
started.
to dance so bad.
Yeah.
I know.
They want to dance. I love that scene though because like Leary, he always thinks he has the moral high ground. Like they took our jobs, like the whole thing, and he's gonna get the Irishman to get working again and stuff like that. And Awesome just plays a freaking reverse card on this guy. It says Uno and walks away. Like I loved it. That whole the conversation's like, if you're so American, how come your American friends are screwing you over and hiring me instead? And Leary's just like, well, yeah, but you're dumb.
Maybe you should ask your people why they keep fucking you over to hire us.
As gentle as Leary was with Sophie, that's how rough he wants to fuck a song.
yeah, so
He wants to give him a pounding.
Yeah, I bet he does.
So as good as the last scene in episode 3 was, I feel like this scene is the best scene we've seen this season so far because anytime Leary and Awesome face off,
Oh, the tension.
Yeah.
but they're these two like immovable objects that are just like facing each other down. And it's great because Leary comes up and he's like talking down to him. He calls Awesome and like chink and stuff like that. And Awesome's just sitting there like smoking a cigarette, and he kind of like just throws the cigarette down and gives Leary as good as he's taking it. And as Leary realizes that he's not just dealing with like your typical like like
Hop Wei dude. Yeah.
well, typical coolie laborer, I'd say. He finally asks Awesome his name, and Awesome just without missing a beat, he's like, "I'm Assam." And all of a sudden, like you start seeing this begrudging respect kind of grow between Leary.
Leary's
and
like, oh,
Awesome.
I heard of you.
Yeah. like we've danced a bit.
So-
I know
Oh,
you're
I
serious.
thought you were dead.
I'm really wondering if Leary knows about the fighting pit at the pirate ship and whether or not he's heard rumors of this Chinese fighter
maybe.
who's been taking down like the best fighters in the
Because
city.
the odds on him are shit now. Nobody will go up against him.
Right? Yeah. So I'm wondering if he knows about his fighting record.
Maybe.
But well, what's interesting is like so Awesome and Young Jun's business is going really well, and it's either this episode or last episode where Awesome is out there like fighting in the Barbary Coast pit. Chow shows up. And Vega's like Chow, like you're not here to do business, are you? And Chow's like, oh no, like I'm just here
to enjoy the
fight.
fight. Yeah.
And he approaches Awesome, and he's like, yeah, I know what you and Young Jun are doing with like the local like opium trade, and he's like, this is
You're
just
begging for trouble,
Not gonna
son.
end well.
yeah, it's not going to end well.
Yeah.
So Chow knows everything about everything that's going on.
Yeah. He knows everybody's business.
Yeah.
Well, that's his deal. He's Chow. He knows everything. And he's always one step ahead of everybody because he knows what they're doing. That's
He's who's the bald eunuch dude in Game of
Varys.
Thrones? He's Varys.
Yeah, he is Varys.
He's got his little birds. I do wonder what kind of network Chow has though, because we've never really they've never showed us how he gets all this information. Does he have like a network of spies, or some of the Toys girls working for him?
That's part of the.
well,
That's part of the
curious.
fun, right?
Well, he
Curious.
just does business with so many people because he's not
Yeah.
connected to like a single tong.
They all just like is Chow everybody's
Yeah,
therapist?
but none of those people. None of those people are going to Chow and going, "Hey, man, Young Jun and Awesome got this thing going on."
Yeah, they're not
because
going.
nobody's supposed to know about that.
But he knows about like he just has his ear to the ground, right? So like he knows like who's dealing what, and he probably figured out like where it was coming from. Plus, Awesome went to him earlier and was like, "Can you hook us up with like a local supplier?" And Chow's
Right.
just like, "No, I'm not going to cross."
Yeah,
Father
he
June."
gives him his money back. He's like, "This is for like making me lie or something."
No, this is for me forgetting we had this
Oh yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
Yeah, and
like that.
there's also a good scene at towards the beginning of this episode where the other was it Hop Wei are kind of giving Han Solo a hard time for being gay.
Oh, the breakfast scene.
The breakfast scene.
Yes, let's talk about the breakfast scene real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead. This is.
No,
I know
no,
this is
no,
one of
no.
your favorite ones. So go ahead. You haven't said that much.
No, it was just fun because we get this breakfast scene and all the new guys are sitting at the table with Hong, and all the old guys are sitting at the other table with their suits on, and all of a sudden the one guy starts giving Hong crap. It's like I forget.
Oh, what are
he
white
says.
dicks like? Are they
Yeah,
long
it's
and
like,
skinny
oh,
like a
you're
chicken leg and all this stuff?
I
Basically
don't remember this scene.
You don't remember that scene? Oh, it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
They were just basically accusing him of being gay.
Yeah,
and
they were just-
he's not like he's out. It's just this. I guess it's
There's a rumor.
It's a rumor.
Oh,
that-
we heard you were getting your dick sucked by some dude. Like
Yeah.
it was like locker room bullshit with like, oh, you're gay, ha ha. And freaking
and then, Young Jun
gets
goes
up
over there. Yeah, go
doesn't
ahead.
say anything, just gets up, walks around the table. He's like, oh, Hong's gay, huh? That's pretty funny. Wow! He just
fucks him up.
smashes this dude's head into the table a handful of times, and he's like, if you fuck with him, you're fucking with
And his
me.
dad walks in.
And his dad, yeah.
What the fuck is going on here?
Breakfast.
I do
Taking care
remember
of
that
business.
now. I remember that now.
And
was a great
and
scene.
Speaking with fucking with people, so we had that great scene where Awesome and Leary.
What a transition.
Yeah, we had that great scene where Awesome and Leary
Are you
are
guys done talking now?
confronting each other. But we get the opposite version of that with Mai Ling and Ah Toi.
Ah Toi.
Yeah.
Oh, the dick measuring contest. What was it like in the middle of Chinatown, wasn't it? They were walking down the street, something.
Yeah, there was some panhandler doing
didn't-
doing
Well,
a staff.
Mylene was like, "You haven't been showing me respect.
Yeah.
So what's up with that?" And Atoy's like, "Oh, I don't mean no disrespect."
Yeah, here I don't know. She didn't give her anything either, but I didn't quite
bad.
understand where that was coming from. Like I don't even know why do they deal with each other at all in a business sense, or they just
I think it was the first time they'd actually met.
yeah, that's what she said, right? So I'm not sure where she's getting like, well, you don't respect me, and I'm like,
So
have
my
you met me before?
Mai Ling is big on being like the queen of Chinatown,
Mm-hmm.
and her only real competition for that role is Ah Toi.
I completely disagree with that because Toy's playing a different game altogether. She's a brothel house owner, and
But it's the
Mei
way that
Ling-
people treat her.
I mean, I guess, but Mei Ling is like a she's
Mei
the-
Ling's trying to be the big gun of the tongs. She's
Listen,
not trying to be. She's not trying to be the queen of Chinatown. She's trying to be the
yeah.
number one
And there,
gang
of
leader.
course, people are going to look at you differently.
Yeah.
Like A Toy is like servicing a lot of people in a very fun way, and they're all like, "This is great. I love A Toy. A Toy is awesome." Mei Ling, they're
Mm-hmm. She has
afraid.
drugs and hookers.
Yeah, they're afraid of Mei Ling. Of course, they're going to be like, "Oh, don't fuck with that lady." Like it's completely two different things. It's the apple and oranges. I don't understand why
I think
Mei Ling's
Mylene
upset.
can't decide if she wants to be feared or loved.
Is it too much to ask for both? I think that's a line from a movie, isn't it? Like,
See, and it's just another example of Mylene being weird and goofy. and
yeah,
making
yeah. I
strange
can I
decisions.
get what you're saying on this one.
Because Li Zong,
Li Yong.
Li Yong.
It's another one of those scenes where he's like shaking his head.
Don't
you know,
mess with
it's
A
like,
Toy, man.
What the fuck
yeah.
you doing, bitch? You know, I mean, that's basically what he's saying in his
Yeah.
head. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why you
Picking
making
fights
these-
with people for no reason.
Yeah, it's no good. So
Making me nervous.
It's about to happen.
Yeah,
that's
Bill's
the
scene
last
just popped up
episode.
on the TV. Is there anything else for episode 4 that you guys wanted to
I'm
mention?
sure there is.
Yeah, there are a couple things. We also got the return of Davenport, Miss Davenport, to try to convince Ah Toi to turn over a
She's
new leaf.
up to no good. She's chopping people up in a barn
I think
somewhere.
you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Wait, Because my theory's correct?
No.
Oh. I'm like, that wouldn't make me happy.
I do enjoy that Lee is getting some medicinal help from a toy.
Is it just better opiate? Is that what he's like? He was getting like the down and dirty drop in
Well,
stuff in his
at least
whiskey.
here he's safe.
True.
And he won't be robbed.
True.
Because, they have honor or some shit in their drug dens. So, yeah.
I mean, she fixed a Sahm after his near-death experience.
true.
I
You
feel
know
like
what,
she can
though?
fix Lee.
Is she gonna blow smoke in Lee's mouth herself? Because if not, then that's not the same level of care.
Maybe.
I'm just saying. If I'm down and out and I got headaches and migraines,
It's like Patreon levels. Like Lee's is like the beginner level. A Sahm is like top tier.
yeah,
Yeah, and Mr. Patterson makes another appearance where he basically says that, I had some cops who visited me, and I'm super nervous, and I'm probably going to end up betraying you. So
Oh, yeah, business partner.
yeah. I must have missed
It's
that
like
part.
A Toy's place is just like this big giant neutral building
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I
cops can
wonder
go
where
and
it
the
is.
tongs can go, and they all just kind of hang out and do drugs and drink and
It's
screw
neutral
hookers.
ground.
It's got to be like right in the middle or
It's right in
something.
the middle of Chinatown.
Yeah.
It has to be,
yeah. And everybody's like, we can go to a toys brothel, and like that's like a
Talk
no
business.
fighting
Yeah.
So the
zone
mayor goes and gets
Boned.
reamed. Gets
with the jade
pegged.
dildo.
They shove cats up there.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Actually, does the mayor go? The mayor doesn't go to that one, does he?
He did in the first season. I don't
Was
know
it
if
a toy? Yeah, it was a toys.
Yeah, it was a toy.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, because Buckley was there,
That's right.
and he opens
And
up
that's
the
when
door.
she paid off Bill.
Yeah, and he walks out with the big mask, and they're like, "What did you see? I didn't see nothing." yeah. No, that's a toys place.
and
So-
then sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The big ending for this episode is that Sophie tells Leary that there's a back entrance to Mercer Steel where they can like then
So this bitch
where they
Yeah.
can like blow it up because basically she has a fight with her sister, and her
biting
sister
the hand that
angry.
feeds her.
yeah, her sister basically tells her that she's a spoiled entitled brat.
Which she is.
She is.
And
And Leary told her the same thing, and she was like, "Oh, let me suck your dick."
yeah, but so basically Sophie wants to get back at her sister by blowing up their family like steel mill. So she shows Leary a way in, and she's like, "This is a part that nobody knows about, like nobody's ever there." But it just so happens to be the place where the Hop Wei are storing their opium, and so there are actually like a lot of guards there. And so when they emerge from the tunnels, the Hop Wei attack the Irish, and a lot of people die. And Sophie is just watching this whole thing, horrified. And then Leary's like, "Get out of here! I'm going to plant the explosives."
Yeah.
And he ends up blowing up not only the steel mill but also like all the Hop Wei supply. And Sophie goes home and she's like completely traumatized, and she just like sits by her sister who's sleeping and just like cries. That's the end of the episode.
Dumb bitch.
She's so stupid.
Yeah.
I like her. I like Sophie. She's a wild card. She's a fun character. But this whole thing is very much seemed to me that like, oh, she was playing a game that she didn't understand the
Right.
consequences.
Yeah.
Of. She's like, oh, I'm gonna go blow up my sister's factory now.
I really
And
want
then-
this boy to like me,
Yeah, and
so
then-
I'm gonna show him how to destroy my family legacy.
Yeah, and then she does it, and she goes, "Oh, that was real." Like, oh, I didn't think it would have consequences that dire. Like, it was such a. I mean, I don't know how old she is, but I guess it's like it's a young, dumb thing to do. You do not understand the consequences of which you are following this path on, and this is what happens. And then you suddenly realize it's all real, and it all just happened, and now you have to deal with it. And she kind of freaked out. A side note, Leary, get longer fuses, bro. Like,
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
Oh,
get an extension cord
Go-
on that.
Give myself 30 seconds. And then he just runs and then blows up. Like, just make it longer. He had like 500 feet of cord. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Agreed.
All right. Is that it for episode 4?
I think so.
Great. We're all caught up. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're a fan of Warrior, don't forget to like and subscribe. We will be getting everything Warrior for the next couple of months. We're covering season 3 when it comes out, June 29th. Father June 29th. And also possibly some interactions and some fun interviews with cast and crew. So stay tuned, like and subscribe, like I said, and join us on this path. It's going to be a lot of fun. We love this show.
Do you think we could get my Ling on?
I hope so. I hope we get
Yeah.
everybody on. If we can get everybody, I'm so
We need to
for it.
start stalking their social medias.
I already follow Ah Toi. God damn it. What's her actual name?
Charlotte?
No, it's not Charlotte either. I follow her on Instagram. I need to reach out to
All
her.
right, I'm going to target Big Dick Lee because
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
You know, he's British.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. He does a good Southern accent. Anyway, yeah, stay tuned because we like to have these guys on. Troppers of is he a fan of ours or does he just hate us? I don't know.
I know. I'd like to get Dean Yeager on here, the guy who plays Leary.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because he was in C too.
I don't know if Jude would be able to
I will
handle it.
fall over with my legs in the air.
See?
You'd pull a Sophie, right? Yeah.
So you want to blow up a factory?
Yeah, do you want to blow up our studio?
It'd be so fun.
It's already been done.
I really want you to like me.
Did you get Leary to rob us, Jude?
He said he would like me.
Yeah. We walk in one day and it's just Irish laborers all over the studio.
Eat your good Jeeves. Yeah.
All right, folks. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Matt Vader, say goodbye to the people.
See ya, people. Have a good one, I guess.
Jude.
I second that.
It's so awkward. Say goodbye.
All right, so we got 6 more episodes to go in season 2, and I am really looking forward to talking about all of them.
Right on. Me too. All right, guys.
Can't wait for season 3.
It's going to be dope. Stay salty. See you there.